Welcome to Wide Eye Sports, where every play, every moment, and every decision gets broken down like never before. The lights are on, the stakes are high, and it all starts right here, right now. We will now take you down to introduce the starters.
Brenner Mills, Minnesota Vikings. Just want to win one before I die.
Lane Cooner, the conductor of the Baker Train.
What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the Wide Eye Sports Podcast. Today, if you clicked on the video, you are here to see us rank the fastest players in the NFL. And I have a feeling it's going to be very, very controversial because, number one, not who you think it is, okay? And Dalt is going to be especially mad when I tell him my number one because it's not who he thinks it is. So without further ado...
It's be wrong. It's fine that you're wrong.
I'm going to
watching this video, you already know the end. Brenner's been
wrong several times. And
I've been wrong before. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. You can guarantee that.
I just want everyone to know what your name in my phone is. And we're just going to show everybody. He's the top one. You can't really see it.
Can't really
you
see
can
it.
read backwards. It says biased Brenner. Because he is biased, okay?
I am.
It used to be bad take Brenner.
Wait, well, there's not a Viking on this list, so he can't be.
There's no Vikings on this list. There is no Vikings.
Yeah,
on
his
this
bias
list.
just comes from a deep place. His heart holds hate for some reason.
Yeah, it does. It does. It holds hate for all Green Bay Packers
decisions.
Very much. And there's even a Packer on this list, and I still hate him. All right. So on this list, I have all the guys. So I should give. Let's go back to three-person view here. We're gonna go back to a three-person view because we need to talk before we get into this.
Okay.
How I compiled the list of the 13 players. We're only gonna pick 10, but the 13 players I compiled, you had to have a top 5 fastest play within the past 3 years. So Next Gen Stats tracks the miles per hour of all the players on the field. You had to be top 5 in one of the past 3 years to make this list. And then there's only one player outside of that didn't make that, and that's Xavier Worthy, and that's because he has the fastest combine time ever. So I felt that a list without him in it wouldn't do justice to speed, but he has not yet shown the on-the-field speed. His fastest play last year ranked 19th in the league. So on-field speed has not been translated from track speed for him yet, but being the fastest player in combine history, I felt like he at least needed to be a part of the episode. However, the other participants are Andre Turpin, DK Metcalf, Brian Thomas Jr., Paris Campbell, Kenneth Walker, Chase Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tyreek Hill, Saquon Barkley, Devon Achane, Breece Hall, and Christian Watson.
Left off a couple guys there.
So, hey, like I said, it had to be top 5 in fastest plays over the past 3 years. They had to have a top 5 fastest time to make the list or be the fastest guy in the history of the combine.
I'm looking at this is just last season. But like
the miles per hour.
Yeah.
And you see who number 1 is.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, I know you do.
Turpin, Turpin's on the list.
He just got signed. But you're missing, I don't know, I don't think you said Khalil Dorsey. I mean, this is just based off of miles per hour.
Yeah.
Khalil Dorsey, Jordan Addison, he's got a 21.8 mile per hour. James Cook, Nico Collins.
The cutoff is 21.9.
Oh,
you had to have a top 5 fastest time. Slowest guy on here was 21.9. And yeah.
Okay. Like I said, this one is just from last year.
Yeah. So all right. Without further ado, we're gonna go over these guys. We're gonna rank them. So I'll give you my ranking first. This is who I think are in order.
We're ranking the player. We're not ranking them like
No,
obviously we know who's fastest.
we're talking fat. No, do you?
Yes, I'm looking
Because
at it.
Kevondre Turpin ran a 4.540.
He also has the fastest play.
Yeah. I'm aware. But you can't just take the play on the field. You also have to take their maximum speed.
No, example Xavier Worthy, fastest guy in the combine ever, and he's not even on the list.
Yeah. But that's my whole point is that he is still in this. We're taking play speed and max potential speed. We're taking both into account.
What does max potential speed have to do if you haven't even shown that on the field in play when you need it? Like, it's one thing. It's like, okay, like, yeah, just run. Okay,
because we're talking
fastest.
fastest players, not fastest in-game players. We're talking overall
but
fastest max potential.
Play, like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, well,
Yes, it makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't.
You're already getting upset because Kevondre Turpin isn't the
first of all, I'm
undisputed
not
number
upset.
one.
Don't be that guy. Do not be that guy.
You are. You're getting
I'm
defensive
not.
about
I'm getting
it.
upset. I'm getting upset now that you're saying I'm getting upset.
You were in the same mood before.
Stop.
Spoon's
Stop it.
tuned us out already.
I have tuned you out already because I'm ready to start ranking them.
That's what I was trying to do.
Okay, well, I'm trying to go over this because just by definition, fastest player, play. How do they play? Like, the combine time has nothing to do with it if they can't.
It shows their max potential speed. That's the whole purpose of it. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. If it was pointless, they wouldn't do it.
But it doesn't mean anything if it doesn't translate into the NFL. Look at all the guys with the top combine times, and like probably almost none of them are on this list.
Almost all of them are on this list. Of all the guys that turned out good, there are obviously plenty of 4.2s. Don't get me wrong. But those guys are just speed. They're just speed guys. They don't do anything else. So I'm not saying all of these guys are like we're not ranking them based on the
I'm just
play.
saying on-field play is the most important
Here's
part.
the one thing I'm going to put on there real quick. I just want to say this before we start ranking.
Yeah.
Out of the top 10 based on next gen stats, fastest ball carriers, let's see. Okay, yeah, Turpin made it twice.
Yep.
And Jahmyr Gibbs made it twice. And Barkley made it twice. So
yep.
That's probably going to be the top three, if that was my opinion.
Hey, I have a guy in my number one spot who's not top 3 at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
see? Bias Brenner. You're biased.
Not being biased. This isn't biased. This is based on numbers. This is statistical.
Okay.
You guys are putting your opinions into this.
I'm literally just listed stats.
Hold on. The metrics for this list are game speed combined with 40 speed. Your max potential speed combined with what you show on the field. That was the purpose of this list. That is the entire that is the qualifications in which this list is encompassed by. So you have to take them both into account.
I don't think you do.
But
especially when Saquon ran the combine. How many years ago?
This is the list. The metrics for the list are game speed and max potential speed. Those are the two qualifiers for this list.
Okay.
So that is what the list is compiled on. It's like if we had an XY axis. Like they would be like if we did the other one with the XY axis list. That's how we can do that if you prefer. If that makes it easier, we can do
No.
Are you sure?
Well,
I'm fine with it.
No, just rank them. Just rank them. I don't want to
fine. All right. So I was gonna read you my list, and then we were gonna compile a list together.
Okay.
I think we should do a list, and then you can read yours after.
I mean, we can do that. It just makes it easier with all of them up here to switch them around and put them in a proper order. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, I thought we were just going to do our list first.
Spoon, what do you want to do? If it's 2 against 1, I'll happily.
I mean, I say we just go down in order and we start ranking them.
All right. Xavier Worthy. Where are you guys putting him?
Well, I feel like just go ahead and put him at 1, and then we'll just go from there.
No, I mean definitely not 1.
Well, yeah, we can move it. We can fluctuate.
Well,
We can
but
put
see,
him-
that's
move
what
him
I was
down.
trying not to do is have a bunch of like jump around stuff.
I mean, I'd put him at like 4 or 5, just if we're
All right, so for now,
If
we'll,
the
we'll
max
play middle.
potential
If he'll
speed-
go, if he'll go 5 and Spoon is wanting to go 1, we'll go at 3 for right now. We can move these around.
Yeah, well, that's
I like
what I'm saying.
Spoon's
Just
idea to
keep
move
keep moving him around because I mean we're gonna be changing it as we go.
Turpin,
You put
1.
him above him.
see, I have a hard time saying he would beat Xavier Worthy in a race.
Are we talking race or are we talking football games? Like,
We're
It's,
what are we
talking-
race.
talking
It's
here?
a race. It's a
That
race.
we're talking speed, not play speed. We are talking speed, Dalton. I've said this
Yeah.
like
So
8
we're
times
just-
now.
I just don't understand this. This is a bad metric. We're taking like the player. Like, I'm talking fastest player on the field, not like, oh, who would win in a race between these two guys.
Well, but you have to take that into account when you're talking about speed.
I guess
'Cause if they
don't
were-
do
if
that.
they were
You know what they do?
unopposed-
They play football. That's what they do. They don't
Yeah.
race.
I cannot.
I mean, their 40 times weren't super off.
They were very far off. A 4.21 versus a 4.5 flat.
It was not a 4.5.
Point
It was
three.
It was a 4.5.
It was a 4.31. That's what he ran on Pro Day.
Turpin?
Yes, he ran a 4.31.
Okay, I don't trust pro day numbers. Those are hand clock numbers. At the NFL Combine, he ran a 4.5 flat.
0.3 seconds.
Yeah, I'm reading a 4.3.
I mean, all right, I'm outgunned here. I'll put him at 1.
You can put him at 2 if you want to, but
Man, who's to
I
say
mean-
he's going to be my 1? I'm just saying you could argue.
Yeah,
There's an argument.
say
for
1.
Three people, but I'm putting him above Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy's high, but I'm putting him above.
I think Xavier Worthy's lower on, or Worthy is lower on this list.
yeah, I think he is.
So
too.
you're
I
going to
think-
put Turpin down at if you think Xavier
No,
Worthy's lower, you're
Turpin's
gonna put
Turpin's number 2 for me.
Turpin-
I
Okay.
think he's the second fastest player in the NFL.
I think.
Why are
I
you
think,
arguing with us?
I think
Because
if me
I don't
and
think
Spoon,
he's number 1.
Well, I think if me and Spoon both have number 1 and you have 2, it's fair to leave him at number 1.
That's why I said I'll acquiesce. That's why I put
Cool.
him at number 1.
But where would you put Worthy?
Yeah, where
I'd
would you
put him at
Worthy?
like 7.
Well, it's
that's
going to
what I mean.
move. The chart's going to move.
Yeah, the chart's gonna move. All right, next up we have
Go on.
Saquon Barkley.
He's fast. Ooh.
I'm putting him at like 6.
6.
6.
I mean, he does have 2 of the fastest speeds reached
Yeah.
in the top
Yeah,
5 last year.
I understand. I
At least
understand
at
that.
2.
He's a very fast guy.
What he run it? What was his 40 time?
His 40 time was a 4.3 or 4.4 flat. 4.40.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
number
when
2.
it comes to running backs, man, there's only like one fast running back that really stands out to me. He is down there.
Yeah.
I don't think with pads off, I don't think Saquon can beat some of these wide receivers in a race.
I don't think so either. That's why I said like 6, 7.
I'm
You want
fine-
8,
I'm fine-
9.
Well, I'm fine with starting him there, but he might move.
Start him at 7.
Yeah. You can put him-
Jesus
you can start him at-
Christ. What the fuck are we doing?
I really, Dalton, I don't think he is fast enough to beat some of these wide receivers in a race.
All right, Kenneth Walker. 10.
Yeah, just go ahead and put him at 10. I don't know.
Dalt,
What
do
was
you have a
his-
thought?
I don't even know his 40
Not
time
really.
either.
No.
Dalt,
Yep, 10.
his 40 time, I have it written down here, sorry, was 4.38.
So he's not slow.
But he
They're made in
has
less than
a
Saquon.
he has a faster clock time, like a faster miles per hour time than Saquon has ever reached.
Then 5 or 6, honestly. Because if we're just
Asher,
going off of 40 time,
what was his fastest speed ever reached?
22.09.
Wow. Okay.
The 5th highest time of anybody, or 5th highest miles per hour of anybody.
Okay. Then yeah, put him at.
Less than 0.2 behind Turpin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he would have got that time this year, he would have been the fastest running back this year.
Yeah. So next up, Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he's the fastest running back in the NFL. We put him at 5 for now.
I'm fine with that. He might
Dalt?
go higher. I haven't decided
Yep.
yet. Because I
I
think.
mean, I'd put him over Turpin for sure.
You
Dude,
put
you
him
put-
over
you
Turpin?
put Gibbs over Turpin?
I mean, personally, yes.
You'd put Gibbs at the number 1 spot?
No, I'd put him at 2.
All right, let's go
I think.
4 then for now.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
cool with that.
I'm fine with 4.
Okay. Okay, that's just for now. Tyreek Hill. See, this
1.
is where it gets
This
dicey.
is tough because
Like
he hasn't
Tyreek's like what, like one of the fastest players ever on
reached
field.
ever
Like,
on field, but he hasn't done it. What? It's been 2 years.
but it's his acceleration that makes him so fast. He
Yeah.
accelerates so much
And
quicker than
his
anybody
ability
else.
to create space. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd put him at 1.
With
Just-
his, that's like the diff. But this is why I wanted to use the 40 times and the on-game speed, because the 40 time he ran a 4.29, right? So like the acceleration for him is where he gains his speed, but he doesn't have as high of a top end speed as some of these other guys. Which is why I said I wanted to take max potential and in-game speed and take
Yeah.
both into account.
Well, because
are we putting
from
him
what,
at 2
from
for
what
now?
I'm looking at for the last 5 years, Turpin's highest speed is still beat Tyreek. Like in
Yeah,
game.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why I agree. But I feel if you line them up in a 100-meter race, Tyreek would kill him.
I don't know. Micah's faster than Tyreek,
No, he's
and
not.
that's proven.
No.
That's proven.
What
That's
are
on
you
video.
talking about?
They actually raced.
Tyreek walked.
No, they.
You're talking about at the Pro Bowl 2 years ago, 3 years
Yes.
ago. Yeah, no. Tyreek got down in a 3-point stance and then stood up and started like jogging and started walking the last half. Tyreek did not seriously race any of them. He's faster. Mike is faster than Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb tried and lost. Mike is fast. Mike Parsons is fast. No doubt about that. But he is not Tyreek Hill fast. You are mistaken, my good fellow.
Go ahead. Next one.
All right. Brees Hall.
So what? I know this was a bad season for him. He really couldn't get out into space at all with that team.
So I got his stats here. His fastest is 21.9 flat, and he ran a 4.39. So Saquon has a faster in-game speed
in game, yeah.
by 0.03, but he has a slower 40 by 0.02. So I feel like we could either flip him or it could be like this.
I'm fine with that.
Or flip
At
him?
8,
Flip
no.
him?
I think
Nope.
I'd put Saquon above him.
You think you'd take Saquon in a race?
Yeah, I'd probably put
Don't-
money on him.
Don't
You know what?
agree with this?
That's what I'm going to base this on now. I'm just going to say who I would put money on in a race. That's it. That's just all I'm going to base on. If I'm willing to bet on you over this guy, then that means you're going to win.
Yeah.
I would take. Well, no, you're
I'm
probably
cool
going
with
to
that.
lose because I lose all my bets. But
Yeah.
I would at least
bet
try.
the opposite of Spoon.
yeah, but the opposite of
Don't
me on
you go with
whatever I
this?
take.
Yeah.
All right. DK Metcalf. I mean,
He had
you
a
guys want
pretty freaking fast
you-
speed last year.
you guys want to hear it? This is my fastest player. DK's
DK?
DK's the fastest player in the NFL. He can
So
reach
I would-
a higher top end speed than anybody else, and he's still got a really good acceleration.
He's not
So-
even top 10 in the league from last year. He didn't even have one top 10 play.
He has the second fastest time in the past 3 years, or second fastest
He does have a very
top
he had
end
the,
speed.
He had the top
22.23.
23. Yep, that was 2 years ago.
And that still doesn't beat
he's-
Devontae.
So here's what I
No,
would
you're
do.
right. It doesn't. But he had a 0.2 faster 40. He had a 4.340.
I mean, I'm still. You're just put the
He had a-
40
he
time
had a
just
4.340?
means absolutely nothing to me.
But so think about it this
Turpin
way.
had a
Dalton.
4.340.
Think about it this way. It was the Tyreek Hill acceleration. Tyreek Hill is faster in his acceleration than he is
Yeah.
his top end speed.
I understand
So-
that, but that translates on the field. Like I just don't
Yeah.
think that this is a
If
good. Like
it's-
me personally, I'm not putting that in any of my decisions. What
So
their
it-
40
it-
speed
so-
is
so
because
you're-
like in an unedited, just run like obviously they're gonna go super fast when nobody is near them. But it's like how does it translate on the field is how I'm.
But
So
the
think
difference
about
is Turpin's fastest times are on kickoff returns where he has a 30-yard start of running and then can get up to top speed. Most of these
Untrue.
other guys,
Untrue, actually.
Untrue?
Untrue. So it was on a kickoff, his fastest speed,
His
but he
fastest
did not
speed was
have
a touchdown. A
30
receiving touchdown.
yards.
okay.
And also it was like there was one where like literally I think it was against the Commanders. It was a kickoff and he dropped the ball, turned around, grabbed it, picked it up, and then immediately like juked and did a spin move, like was almost immediately hit by a guy, and then.
So here's my thing. If it's a 40-yard
also
dash,
what
I'm
Tom
taking
said.
Tyreek and Xavier where the overhit. If it's a 100-yard
Yeah.
dash, I could definitely see the argument where you're going to put DK because he
That's
obviously
what
his top
but
speed
you
is.
gotta,
So
Yeah, you got to balance them all out, is what I'm saying. We have
Yeah.
to take and balance everything because the 200 distance speed is different than the 100-meter distance speed.
exactly.
And I'm trying to take all of it into account and compile everything, not just this guy has the fastest speed, so that obviously means he's the fastest. Like,
I get it. So,
if you can hit your peaks, if Kevondre Turpin can hit 2.36 miles an hour for half a second, but most of his running is at 21.9, whereas DK can sustain a 22.23, DK is going to be faster.
Yeah, but the times that we're getting for these plays are average of the whole. He reached an average mile per hour.
It is peak speed. That's peak speed.
Oh.
So that's the next gen stats goes off the peak speed of the run, and that's why I'm trying to like. I mean, and this is all like we're just doing this for fun because we're fucking
Not
bored.
fun for
And
me anymore.
It has to be perfect though. Okay.
Dalton's like, I'm not having fun anymore, guys.
I'm not having fun.
Okay, so
You're having fun.
I would
This is
say-
fun.
I would put DK.
It's fun.
I would put DK in the 4-2 range.
Can I move everybody down and put DK at 2 because I
That's
think
fine.
DK is the fastest player.
Yeah,
I mean, you
I
guys
am
remember
absolutely okay with that.
Do you guys remember the play where he chased the dude down a
Yep,
couple?
he
I think it was
chased-
Buda
yep.
Baker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Buda Baker had like
I
a
remember.
30-yard head start sprinting for a pick 6, and DK chased him down.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, no, I remember.
All right. So we have 5 guys left in 2 spots. Okay. So next up, Christian Watson.
I don't even.
He
I
had
didn't even know he
a
was that fast. Oh, he did run a good 40 time though, didn't he?
4.3640, and
Yes,
he
yes.
has the 12th fastest time overall. What do you guys think?
12th fastest time like all time.
Peak speed, and no, out of this list. So out of the 13 guys, he was.
I'm sitting here thinking like this might be a guy that I just leave off the list.
So let's put him at 10 for now
Okay.
because he's going in. So Chase Brown's up next. He has the 6th fastest speed, which is 22.05. So
I think he did it
above-
last year or 2 years ago, right?
Yep. And he had a 4.4340, the second slowest 40 of anybody on this list. Go here and then put him there.
Sure.
All right.
Oh,
We'll
you're
knock
putting
people off as we
Christian
go.
Watson over. I would put Chase Brown over Christian
Chase Brown?
Watson.
I'm good with either way. I don't really care.
I mean, I would probably move Chase Brown over possibly Brees Hall too.
Over Brees Hall. Okay. I don't hate it. I'll
Okay.
let it ride.
Okay.
Dalton, you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
All right. Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell has the 4th fastest time with a 22.11 and ran a 4.3140. So I think he's got to come.
He's got to go,
up
yeah, right in there.
into
Yeah.
this 4.56 range. Where are we feeling?
Yeah. Yeah, knock off Christian Watson.
So Christian Watson comes out, but where are we putting him? Are we putting him above Xavier? I think he goes like between these 2.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I like him at 6.
All right.
that's fine.
Next up, Brian Thomas Jr. He
This-
has
Okay,
the-
he's got to go up.
Yeah, he had the
He's
3rd
going.
fastest time, 22.15, and a 4.3340 yard dash.
You
I
put him
think
at
he goes
5
right
above Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah, right above Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah.
All right, I like it. Love
I
the
still think
DPJ
Xavier
love.
Worthy's too high.
And then last but not least, Devon Achan. This dude is fast. This dude
He's so
is.
fast. He makes fast people look.
He does
not
have the
fast.
10th slowest time or max speed at a 21.93, but he ran a 4.3240, which is the 4th fastest 40. So very quick, very Tyreek Hill type speed guy.
Well, I think
I think
Xavier
the top
Worthy
5.
needs to go to 6.
I think the top
First of
5 is
all.
pretty much set.
You think he goes either above? I would take him. I think he's faster than Gibbs.
You think he's faster than Gibbs?
I think he's faster than Gibbs.
Man, I love Gibbs though.
Yeah, but we're not ranking them as players. We're ranking
I
their
know.
speed. I'm saying he goes.
I
At
mean,
6.
the fastest in the last 2 years from Devon Achane was 21.93, and
Yep.
Jahmyr Gibbs ran a 22.03.
Yep. 0.1 faster.
What was Jahmyr Gibbs' 40?
4.36.
4.36, and Devon Achane's was
4.32.
Yeah, I'd take Achan.
I'm going Achane at 6.
That's fine. If I was betting, I'd probably bet on Jahmyr Gibbs, which means I'd probably lose.
All right, that'll do it. That's our list. So we have Turpin, DK, Tyreek, Worthy, Brian Thomas Jr., Achane, Jahmyr Gibbs, Paris Campbell, Kenneth Walker, and Saquon Barkley, which is crazy because Saquon's also the best running back, and Saquon's also the most elusive running back, which is crazy that he's also.
That's
in
what I
the
mean,
top
though.
10
Like,
for
what?
speed. Like, he's so
What's this
good.
list? This list is just like who would win in a race.
It's just the fastest players, like just speed overall, acceleration, quickness, top end speed. It's supposed to be all encompassing. But we're looking at overall speed. These are all really fast. We're splitting hairs here. We're splitting hairs.
Yeah.
The difference in Saquon Barkley racing DK Metcalf, like the difference in that race is probably 1/2 stride, right? Like it's not like we're splitting hairs. Like if DK gets off to a bad start, Saquon's gonna beat him. Like we're splitting hairs here, guys. We are not. This is not an exact science. I mean, I'm really smart, like smarter than everybody else, like ever. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm messing around. I'm being silly.
He's not messing around.
I'm not messing around. I'm being so for real right now. But I'm totally messing. But that was our list. So one more time for the people in the back. We got Kevondre Turpin, DK Metcalf, Tyreek Hill, Xavier Worthy, Brian Thomas Jr., Devon Achane, Jahmyr Gibbs, Paris Campbell, Kenneth Walker, and Saquon Barkley. Those are our top 10 fastest players, with honorable mentions going out to Chase Brown, Brees Hall, and Christian Watson. If you enjoyed this show, please donate, save a life, hit the subscribe button, like the video. Dalton apparently is sick of me and is yawning, so we're gonna go ahead and get off here, and we're gonna let you guys go. We love you. Thanks for viewing, and we'll see y'all next time.